crowd has assembled here at the Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah to cheer on the Jazz. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This team should be a good one. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this one, Kevin Martin.
Well, I think when you notice one of his tendencies in specialties, really.
Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Barea. Here's Mr. Clutch. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. You look at Minnesota. They're having a solid season. 5th in the conference and looking to move up. And, of course, the Utah Jazz. They have a lot of ground to make up.
Well, I think for Utah, they performed at a level well below what I thought they were capable of. I mean, I expected a much, much better showing out of them.
You're not the only one who thought that, Clark. I mean, even if they weren't going to be an elite team, I think most people felt they would at least be competitive and solid, but they are really struggling.
Budinger, the pass to Turioff. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Barea, no good. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Rush. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They're also having a lot of success from the free throw line tonight. You always want to cash in from there. Every year it seems some player has unfortunate experience of seeing their whole season gone before it even gets started. And that happened for Brandon Rush last year, who tore his ACL in just the 2nd game of the season.
And here's Barea. He's coming off a 10-point game against Utah. Over to the left wing. Budinger. It's hauled in by Thomas. Going back to Brandon Rush. Hit from behind as he was in midair. And, Steve, do you think more needs to be done to protect players in that particular situation?
Kevin, I think everything is already done to protect players because the clear path rules, the flagrant foul rules, everything has been done to protect the player's safety. Sometimes it's just inevitable there's going to be injuries.
Now Barea, right now averaging 11 points a game. Here's Jefferson, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Yeah, it really does allow your offense to flow better when you can get out and run.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Jazz lead by 1. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Jazz.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
On the court for Minnesota, Martin out on the wing with Muhammad. Luke Richard and Baamute out there with Pekovic. And it's Barea in at the 1.
Nikola Pekovic, guys, out of Montenegro, a super physical 6'11" big man. I mean, he is a battering ram offensively. He's a terrific offensive rebounder, can score around the rim, doesn't shy away from contact. And when he gets to the line, he knocks him down pretty well for a big guy. This guy, I tell you what, he's going to be one of the best big men in the league in the next few years. I don't think there's any question about it.
Here's Mr. Clutch, covered by Rubio. No good from Mr. Clutch.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
And Rubio kicks to Mbaamute. And it's blocked by Favors. Here's Mr. Clutch. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mr. Clutch has got the lead up to 4 now for the Jazz. Going back to Pekovic, Clark, offensively, he is a real presence. Defensively, not great, but Steve, solid.
Well, he's not explosive. He's physical, but you know he is a good rebounder, and most importantly, he wants to mix it up down there. He's a presence, and I think that's one of the reasons he's become such a good player in this league.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That's his first foul. Brewer is checked in for the Timberwolves. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Jeffers. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, they did a good job in the first quarter getting themselves to the line, but here in the second, they've gone away from it.
Well, everything's become perimeter-oriented, Clark, and you really have to be penetrating and looking inside, keeping that defense honest.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Mr. Clutch, and that one's good. Mr. Clutch has got 5 points now in the quarter.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Barea with it. Now Pekovic. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Pekovic has got his second basket. He got it up. No good on that last second attempt there. And so we conclude the first.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Thanks for joining us on this The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides. Here's Burke. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Mr. Clutch in at 2-guard. Favors is out there with Williams. Then it's Rush, and it's Burke in at the point. That's the group right now for Utah. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
Boy, still waiting for their first miss from the foul line this half.
100% since halftime, is that right? I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon if that keeps up.
Oh, look out, man!
Oh, rim is shaking. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. The drive by Rubio. Passes it to Brewer. Shot clock at 6. Unloads. Rebound, Utah. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting them hear about that.
Rubio outside. Back to Martin. And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Timberwolves making a change here. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Another rebound gobbled up. They are pounding the boards.
And a big part of the lead, guys, is because of the work they've done on the glass. I mean, they have the lead because they've rebounded well.
Not too many of those shots were dropping for them in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second. Here
is Barea, defended by Lucas, and stolen by Lucas. And now Utah, fast break. Lucas has got the ball, and Brandon Rush slams it in.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Here is Barea. Now here's Pekovic. Misses there. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Jazz lead by 11. And we're just moments away. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And while we can now, Martin gets a screen from Brewer. Martin with it. Now guarded by Hayward. Pekovic. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, quite honestly, guys, he was one of the biggest surprises of the 2011-12 season, Pekovic. I mean, he continued to show that he's a fantastic option at the center spot with another solid season. I mean, he's a big physical presence, can finish inside, aggressive on defense and on the boards, and doesn't have a bad face-up jump shot either.
Going back to Pekovic, or Peck as you call him, Steve, and as his teammates call him too, another productive season. He did struggle with some injuries, missed about 20 games, but he is a man.
Hey, Peck is a grown man.
He is a grown man.
There's no question.
Yes.
And, pretty remarkable second-round pick, 31st overall back in 2008. The T-Wolves have to be excited about finding their starting center of the future.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. Brewer is out there with Luke, Richard, and Mbah-a-Moute. And it's Pekovic in at the 5 down low. And stolen by Favors. Good. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Jazz.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Here's Mr. Clutch. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Mr. Clutch has got 4 points now in the quarter. Got a piece of it. And now Utah, fast break. And he lays that one in.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
Right side, Martin. Can they get it? Rebounded by the Jazz. Panthers got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Now, here's Burks. He's covered closely. Favors with the ball. Now guarded by Pekovic. Stolen by Martin. The finish. And, oh, he just jams it right over Derek Favors. Wow!
You know, the instant that steal was made, they were off and running the other way.
Ball pressure, then a run out, Steve. That's perfection to me.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Martin. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Martin with the ball. Pass to Rubio. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. That's a 2 from Martin. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Here's Mr. Clutch. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Some fantastic numbers here for Mr. Clutch. He's got 17 points and the 2 nice steals as well. Boy, he's been a big contributor in this one.
Well, this isn't something they're going to see consistently from him, but they are enjoying his performance today.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line, and on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
And Mbah-a-Moute kicks to Brewer. To the wing on the left. And Mbah-a-Moute dishes to Brewer. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And that one's good. Pekovic.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Jazz leading by 14. No good from Mr. Clutch.
Boy, they needed that last rebound. They haven't done well on the boards overall, but that one was huge.
Still fighting for the win here. Rubio with it. Now defended by Mr. Clutch. Rubio the pass to Martin. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Pekovic. Good.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Jazz.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year. Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded closely. That one goes. Count it.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
Burks kicks to Cantor. Up and in on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 14.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
And Baamute can't get it to go. Utah's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Cantor. And stolen by Pekovic. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And Rubio gets it to go on the assist from Corey Brewer.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Here's Mr. Clutch, off target. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. How much to be critical of with this one?
Hi, Kevin. Derek, what were the points?